it a little bit up. So, yes, that's better. I take it in my hands, so it's more lively. Yeah, thank you very much for having me. I will talk about the infrastructure in Saxony, or what is to come in regard of the infrastructure. But first I have to mention that we in the Saxon state administration are aware that digitalization and everything what is in it means that we are talking about digital solutions in an ecosystem. And an ecosystem consisting on software, hardware, data centers, and of course cloud computing and so on. And so this is only one part of it, but everything belongs together, and I think that this awareness comes step by step, since I think the Trump administration in the United States came to power, and we realized that we are vulnerable in some certain respects. For example, because Microsoft sticks deep in our systems. They have they manage the Exchange servers. They provide the Office software. They provide the Active Directory. All our computers are made in the United States, or they not made. They are developed in the United States, but they made whatever in China, Taiwan, or where else. And our software becomes only very slowly to European solutions, but I'm hopeful that in the near future we could change this process and go step by step in a direction where we got more sovereign in this respect. But first of all, I would like to talk about our digital infrastructure, and indeed we are planning to strengthen it at the moment. We are planning 2 new data centers, one in Kamenz and one in Dresden. At the moment, we have only one data center. You still see it, but I don't see my. Oh, I have to move. Okay. We are planning 2 data centers in Dresden and one in Kamenz. At the moment, we have only one data center in Kamenz, which is providing the most of the solutions for the Saxon administration, and we hope that we could go in that we put them into power at the end of 28. We at the moment we make the rebidding of our administrative network. Our administrative network is pretty old, and we share it with the municipalities, and we have a rebidding process, and we do it renew it step by step, and I think we will closed or finish this process in 2 years. And of course, what we are talking about at the moment are secure on-premise AI solutions, what is, I think, crucial for the near future. I think what in our opinion is digital administration needs a self-determined infrastructure, not provided by anybody else. Hardware and software have to fulfill its own digital tasks or governmental tasks here in Germany, and the goal must be to deliver all this made in Europe, which means really all, not only the infrastructure, but also hardware and software. We act, of course, as user. That's obvious, but we provide also digital solutions for the citizens of our free state. And what is really important, we are a real important client, because most things we do not ourselves, we give them, they will not be done in-house, as well as incentives. they will be done by somebody else, for example, Vodafone, T-Mobile, and so on. But Nortal, which where we have some contracts. Saxony at itself is too small. So I think digital sovereignty can only succeed through joint actions in our federal state. And the German government and the Bundesländer and the municipalities have to work together and provide the services for the citizens, and maybe not doing every country or every Bundesland something on its own, but to give some joint forces a chance to provide collaborated solutions. What concerns our data center and cloud technology, we have to ensure really sovereignty over the data of our citizens and companies, because they trust in us, and we have to be aware that digital infrastructure is becoming as important as maybe water pipes or electricity or water in our modern world. We need it, and it's more or less something citizens rely on. When developing and using AI tools, it is important that the data, the governmental data, the administrative data are stored in our own data center. And we don't like, or we don't want to disclose this data to external parties. On the one hand, this is for data protection reasons, but on the other hand, it has there are some competitive reasons for it. For example, when it comes to the decision about business locations. For example, when Bosch was placed here in the north of Dresden, we are running a competition against Singapore and the United States. So any disclosure could be really bad or disrupt those processes, which are led by the end of the day to next success. And of course, we have some security-related data as well, so we don't want to disclose them to anybody else. And that's the reason why we construct the new data centers at Dresden and Kamenz. Dresden is the core center, and Kamenz is a backup. And we try to consolidate the decentralized sites of the ministries. We have about 1,000 people in the whole digital administration, but in my department and in the company which provides the service for us, the so-called Staatsbetrieb Informatikdienste, there are only 400 people, which means there are 1,000 more which are doing or providing digital services. And I think this situation has to be changed. They have to be centralized. Of course, we try to standardize in compliance with the agreed standards of the German administration cloud, the DVC or Deutsche Verwaltungscloud. We will provide a platform for AI applications, but the semiconductors or the I don't know the correct word in English, Grafikkarten are provided by NVIDIA. 5 minutes left. Oh, I have to hurry up. Okay. And we, as our blood vessels in the system or the blood vessel in the system is our SVNNG, our Saxon Next Generation Administrative Network. So I'm really thankful that we have Sendis. I think this is a very promising starting point. We used it, as you mentioned already, at the Conference of Prime Ministers very successfully. We are planning to take some parts of Sendis, for example, XWiki or maybe Stackit or whatever, to go step by step in the direction of open source software, and we replaced already Oracle Java. So, but what is crucial, I think, is that we have to make a shift in mindset first, and to leave some, let's say, let's see, some prejudices behind, because I think most open source products which we use in administration are really replaceable. For example, we tested at the moment LibreOffice, and it works as well as Microsoft Office. Of course, if you have special, maybe you have special things to do, so Microsoft might be better in some respect, but the 80% of the people, I don't know, because I didn't get there. But I think most people can do it as well with such solutions. But what was important is staff training and acceptance, and I think we are on our way. But it will be really long way. I think it's because we are so extremely linked to Microsoft at the moment that the next change could only be done if we build a new data centers. Then we could think about an exchange in the provider. So, that's the end. Thank you very much, and I say, yeah, thanks for having me again.